3 weeks ago, everybody had written off the Milwaukee Bucks as a team that just couldn't figure it out. They had terrible coaches, and it just was not going to work between Dame and Giannis. Fast forward to now, they've won 13 of their last 16 games, including the NBA Cup Championship. Dame and Giannis look like one of the best duos in the NBA. Giannis has rediscovered his defensive prowess, and Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham have engineered the perfect game plan to beat the best team in the best conference in the NBA in the Oklahoma City Thunder, and pretty much the Milwaukee Bucks did the impossible. Now with Chet, maybe this is a different game, but with Hartenstein playing center and then they got Jalen Williams trying to check Giannis, it's not going to work out. And Giannis really reminded a lot of people last night how good he really is. Right through Hartenstein's chest for the lay. He's just so dominant. Giannis finished last night with 26 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. An utterly dominant stat line, which reminds everybody just how good he really is. And on the year, he's averaging 32.7 points per game, which leads the NBA, 11.5 rebounds, 6.1 assists, 1.6 blocks in 35 minutes in what is arguably his best season of his career. The man is out there balling, and he should be in MVP conversations, especially if the Bucks continue to ascend to the top of the Eastern Conference. Now, he is 30 years old, so he's getting up there in age, and when he goes through people with just brute force, he's unstoppable downhill. You have to wonder how long he can continue to do this before his body breaks down. But right now, he looks fine. He looks like he's 23, running over people, and nobody can stop him. I mean, when he goes downhill, get out of the way. He's also got some post game to him. I mean, he has developed for sure over time. Quick spin going up and under right there. Now he's going to go downhill, spin back to the middle of the lane, get the and one to go, and then little hesitation move, and that's just ridiculous. The roll guys were also massive last night, but it all starts really with Damian Lillard and the Thunder just trying to blitz him, get the ball out of his hands. Taurean Prince is going to go right to the ball. Next thing would be Lou Dort rotating up, but he's guarding Giannis. If he leaves Giannis, then that leaves SGA to step up. Andre Jackson ends up cutting right behind. It puts him in a pickle, especially when you attract two like Damian Lillard does here. He makes the very easy read, makes the easy pass, bounces it right to Taurean Prince, and then this is just a half-hearted closeout by Lou Dort. And I mean, I know you're not trying to gamble here and then play 5-on-4, but still, you got to know the scouting report. This is the league leader in three-point percentage, and you're giving a half-hearted closeout to him. And between Prince, Trent Jr., and Green, they were 8 for 16 from 3 last night. Taurean Prince has been big this year for the Bucks, 7.8 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 0.8 steals in 26 minutes. And the stats, you're like, hey, that's not very great. He's averaging less than 8 points a game, only shooting 48% from the field, 52% from 3 on 3.6 attempts per game. He leads the league in three-point percentage, as we mentioned earlier. I mean, if this guy goes 4 for 8, that's a bad game, which is crazy work. They also have Gary Trent Jr., who plays very well. He's a good 3-and-D guy, 8.9 points a game, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Comes off the bench for this Milwaukee team, does a lot for them. He doesn't shoot the best from the field, only 41%, but 39% from 3 is pretty solid, especially on 5 attempts. He's got the second most volume out of any of the 3-and-D guys. And, that's only behind the man, the myth, the absolute legend, AJ Green, the man that has snuck onto the scene this year. And he put his name out there last night for any of y'all watching. 8.1 points per game, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in 21 minutes a night this year for the 25-year-old. 48% shooting from the field on 5.2 attempts. He was an absolute elite find by this Milwaukee Bucks front office. He's got an unorthodox shooting motion, but that thing is pure. You don't mess with perfection. With that being said, if you've made it this far into the video, make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying at any point. As you can see here, a large majority of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. If that is you, go ahead and fix that. Also, go ahead and check out our football channel as well if you're an NFL fan. And with that being said, back to the video. And then you got this dude. We'll talk about him more later, but my goodness, that's a tough shot. Crossover sidestep over a 7-footer. That's ridiculous. AJ Green is working his way into the top 3 white boys in the league competition. Peyton Pritchard's currently in first, followed by Dalton Knecht, but he's getting up there. Dame and Giannis can just take turns killing at this point, right? So with Giannis off the court, it becomes the Dame show. With Dame off the court, it becomes the Giannis show. Here, he's just going to get a screen from Bobby P, and this is just a ridiculous shot. This is one of those where you just have to say good shot and get back on defense, sidestep, falling away into the corner, book it. Dame hit some really big shots last night. He finished with 23 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists on 6 of 12 shooting from the field and was 5 of 10 from three-point range. On the year, he's up to 25.7 points per game, 7.5 assists, 4.5 rebounds, 1 steal in 36 minutes a night in what has been a pretty solid year for Dame. Not a career year by any means, but a nice bounce-back season from last year's disappointment. 45% shooting from the field, 37% from 3 on 9.3 attempts. But over the last 9 games, he has been much, much better. 27 a game with 7.5 assists. And you'd be saying, well, it's kind of the same stats. What are you talking about? He's been much better. Well, he's plus 3 percentage points from the field and plus 7 from downtown. Good enough for 44% on 9 attempts over the last 9 games from beyond the arc. Dame he's playing much, much better, and this duo is playing much better. Now, let's take a look at my final game thoughts. Now, this is a huge win, obviously, for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis, Dame kind of proving everybody wrong. Darvin Ham and Taurean Prince are still undefeated in NBA Cup, which is kind of crazy to say. But it really just came down to whose role players played better, right? The guys surrounding Dame and Giannis or the guys surrounding Shea, and I guess you could say Jalen Williams, although Jalen Williams is more so of a number 2 option than a co-star, whereas with Dame and Giannis, they're co-stars. I mean, they take turns picking defenses apart, and Jalen Williams is only 23, so he still has a chance to grow into that role. And the Thunder are still the youngest team in the league that's competing for a championship right now. We won't count the Rockets just yet. I think they're a couple players away. But Shea played well. They limited him the best they could, which they did better than most anybody else in the league can do. Andre Jackson, fantastic point of attack defender. AJ Green was phenomenal during the minutes he was forced to play. Of course, he was also 3 for 5 from 3. We talked about Trent, Taurean Prince, and AJ Green, the 3 shooters for Milwaukee, and they were 50% from 3. And then between Isaiah Joe and all the guys for Oklahoma City, they count on to hit the 3 ball. Lou Dort, Caruso's been horrific all year. I don't know when he's going to get out of that funk. But everybody over there, they depend on to hit the 3 ball. They couldn't. Shea hit the most threes on the team, and that's never a good recipe for success. Now, again, they didn't have Chet, which getting Chet back will definitely change some things because you can go bigger to match the 2 big lineup that Giannis and Brook Lopez provide. But for the Bucks, this is huge. It's nice to see Giannis being able to play defense again. He wasn't as intense defensively early on in the year, and now he's back. I mean, 5 stocks last night at 6'11". He can guard on the perimeter and on the interior, which is very, very unique. It gives them a whole nother level of versatility. And shout out to Doc Rivers, man. Give Doc Rivers his flowers. Nobody ever does, but that man deserves them. He completely outcoached Mark Daigneault and company. Heck, he held him to 81 points. It's 2024, not 2014. Not even 2014, not 2008, right? Yeah, shout out to the Bucks. So this is a huge dub for them. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.